Hello and welcome to episode 6 of my brand new journey. This journey is going to document my Freetrade realistic UK dividend investing journey. In this series, I'll be documenting my real-time progress as a UK dividend investor using the Freetrade app with a focus on building a UK-based portfolio from scratch. This portfolio is going to be a smaller portfolio as I've recently been getting so many messages from people who are struggling with a small dividend portfolio, so I thought what better way to help them than creating my own UK dividend portfolio on Freetrade. I know when you see a portfolio that's over 20, 50 or even £100,000, it can feel totally out of reach, so hopefully more people can relate to this portfolio. I wanted to keep this separate from my main portfolio on Trading 212, but I did still want it within an ISA account, so that's why I decided to use Freetrade. If you've been thinking about getting started with investing, this is one of the easiest ways to begin. I use Freetrade, a commission-free investing app that makes buying and selling shares simple and transparent. The platform is clean, user-friendly, and you can invest in UK and US stocks without worrying about hidden fees. And right now, if you sign up using the link in my description and deposit just £50 in your account, you'll get a free share worth anything between £10 and £250. Oh, and I might add that if you're unsure what to invest that £50 into, don't worry about it. You will still receive your free share even if you don't invest that money. It's a great way to start building your portfolio with zero risk on that first step. Check out the link below and claim your free share today. So for this series, I decided to set out a few rules to make it as fair as possible. The first rule is that every stock I invest into has to be listed on the London Stock Exchange. For this challenge, I've decided to only use stocks listed on the LSE to keep things focused, relatable, and beginner friendly, especially for UK investors. Since I'm using a UK based brokerage and building this portfolio from a UK perspective, sticking to LSE stocks helps make it easier for beginners to follow along using the same tools, and it will highlight UK dividend paying companies that often get overlooked in global investing content. The second rule is that I can only deposit money into this account that I've made through this YouTube channel. So if you're watching, please hit the like button and subscribe, as it really helps the channel out and you'll be directly contributing towards this series. By doing this, it means I have a capped limit to how much I can invest each month, and it's going to vary month to month, which will hopefully mean a lot of you can relate. By this, I mean that some people can only invest bits and pieces into the market, and I want to show you all that as long as you stick to it, you can make a huge difference to your future. And finally, the third rule is that there are no more rules. So whether you're just getting started or looking to follow someone on the same path, this is a transparent, no fluff look at how I'm learning to invest for long-term passive income through dividend paying stocks. If this video reaches over 100 likes, then I'll be sure to continue this series, as it will confirm there's enough interest for this type of content. Like I mentioned earlier, I'll be using my YouTube earnings each month to fund this series. As you can see on screen, last month the channel brought in £228.54, and that's exactly what I've added straight into the portfolio. So this now leaves me with £237 ready to be invested. And if we take a closer look at how the portfolio has performed over the last month, it's not done too badly, with it being up just over £12 or 1.04%. It's especially good to see this because halfway through the month, as you can see, I was actually down over 2% of the portfolio, being down close to £23. And with this series, the aim is to outperform the FTSE 100 over the long term. However, that hasn't been the case over the past 30 days. As we can see, the FTSE 100 returned 2.38% or £28, but we can see that my portfolio did actually outperform the S&P 500, as this was down 1.8% over this period. So we did actually outperform that one, but the FTSE 100 reached all-time highs and surpassed the 10,000 point mark for the very first time. That said, it is still early days, and as more time passes, we'll gain a clearer picture as to how my portfolio is performing in comparison to the FTSE 100. And if we do take a closer look at the positions within my portfolio, 4 of them finished in the red and 4 finished in the green. Pets at Home took the biggest hit, being down 9.8%, while the other 3 losing positions were largely flat. On the positive side, Drax Group was the best performer, being up 13%, while the other 3 gained between 1 and 3%. And when zooming out, we can see that 5 stocks are in the green, with 3 lagging quite far behind. So the goal of this portfolio is to build a reliable UK-focused dividend portfolio that can grow steadily over time while generating a consistent stream of passive income. To achieve this, I wanted a strong UK ETF as the foundation, especially since this series is entirely focused on UK investing and I don't hold any UK ETFs in my other account. I've chosen the iShares UK Dividend ETF, stock ticker IUKD, as the core holding because it targets high-yielding UK dividend stocks across a broad range of companies, offering higher average yields, wider sector exposure and strong liquidity. It has also outperformed the FTSE 100 over the past 1, 3 and 5 years, making it a solid fit for an income-focused portfolio. For that reason, I'm going to be adding 5 more shares today for a total amount of £46.57 and will continue adding to this position every single month. And at the end of today's video, I'm going to reveal how much income this portfolio is generating on a monthly and yearly basis, so make sure you stay tuned for that. For the individual UK dividend stocks in this portfolio, I'm not just picking them at random or going with whatever looks good on the day. I'm using a screening process on Stockopedia, and this is where it starts to get interesting. Stockopedia allows me to set up filters to find companies that match my exact investing criteria. For this series, that means looking for solid, financially stable businesses with a track record of paying dividends and ideally growing their dividend payout over time. For this series, it's important that the stocks I invest into have a stock rank above 80, as these stocks have proven to outperform the overall market over time. I have also filtered by things like dividend streak, payout ratios, dividend yield and market cap. That way, I'm not just chasing high yield that could be unsustainable. I'm aiming to invest in companies that can actually grow their dividends over the long term while still keeping their business strong. This process gives me a short list of quality dividend growers, which I can then research in more detail before adding them to the portfolio. If you are also a serious dividend investor, then please check out the link in the description for a 2-week free trial and a further 25% discount if you do decide to sign up. In today's video, I'm going to add some new UK stocks to the portfolio to gain exposure to a broader range of the UK market. Before I reveal the stocks I'm adding today, I'm leaving one key decision up to you, as the feedback last time was fantastic when viewers helped shape this series. I'm going to present 2 energy stocks that would both fit the portfolio, and I want you to decide which one gets added. Simply like the comment of your preferred stock below to have your say and influence the direction of the portfolio. One is a well-known name in the energy sector, while the other is a bit more under the radar, so without further ado, let's take a closer look at these 2 stocks. First up is a well-known company, and that is BP Energy. We can see they have a dividend yield that currently sits at a very impressive 5.79% with a 4-year dividend growth streak, and they are up 12.88% over the last year. BP could be a strong addition to my UK dividend portfolio because it offers an attractive combination of a solid dividend yield, long-term income potential and improving fundamentals. As one of the largest integrated energy companies in the world, BP has diversified operations across upstream, downstream, and the renewable energy segments, which helps support earning stability and future growth. It also boasts a fantastic stock rank score of 94, reflecting strong recent performance and improving outlook, a score that has jumped in recent months as the company has delivered better results and strategic progress. That high ranking, combined with its history of reliable dividend payments and scale in the energy sector, makes BP a compelling choice when comparing it to other UK energy stocks for a dividend-focused portfolio. They currently have a price target around 9% above the current price at $6.43. Up against BP is Seplat Energy, stock ticker SEPL. They have a dividend yield of very tidy 5.18% and also have a 3-year dividend growth streak, but these do have a much better 5-year dividend growth rate at 9.3%. They're also up over 50% over the last year, showing how strong the stock has been performing recently. Seplat Petroleum could be a great addition to my UK dividend growth portfolio because it combines an attractive dividend yield with solid operational performance and long-term growth potential. As a UK-listed energy producer Focused on oil and gas exploration and production in Nigeria, Seplat generates strong cash flow that supports both its dividend and future investments. It also has an excellent stock rank score currently at 95, reflecting consistently strong fundamentals, quality and value compared with many peers. That high ranking, coupled with its income-focused profile, makes Seplat a compelling choice for this portfolio. As we can see, the current price target is $6.50, which would be a massive 62.92% above the current price. So please let me know which of the two stocks you want to see added to the portfolio by liking the comment down below. Now let's take a look at the first new stock I'm adding to the portfolio. First up, we have RS Group, stock ticker RS1. They have a yield at 3.61% and have a very nice 5-year growth rate at 18.93% with a solid 9 consecutive years of paying a dividend. As we can see, over the last year, they're actually down 3.7%. I'm adding RS Group to my UK dividend growth portfolio due to its attractive dividend yield, strong fundamentals, and long-term growth potential. As a well-established global distributor of industrial and electronic products, RS offers resilience and defensive qualities. Its mid to high single-digit dividend yield is supported by solid cash flows and a track record of growing payouts. With a strong quality and valuation profile, including a stock rank score of 95 and clear growth initiatives in place, RS is a sensible addition for both reliable income and long-term dividend growth. As we can see right now, the analyst consensus is that it's a buy, with there being 1 sell, 4 holds, 7 buys and 5 strong buys, with a price target at 734 pence, which is 18% above the current price. I'm going to be adding 8 shares to this position, which is going to cost me £50.45. The final new stock I'm going to be adding to the portfolio this month is MP Evans Group, stock ticker MPE. As we can see, they have a current dividend yield that sits at 4.49% and a phenomenal 5-year dividend growth rate at 21.76% with a current 5-year dividend growth streak. They're also up 27.27% over the last year, so hopefully they can continue that momentum on into 2026. I'm adding MP Evans to my UK dividend growth portfolio because it offers a strong income profile underpinned by solid business fundamentals and quality metrics. MP Evans operates agricultural and plantation assets, generating reliable cash flows that support its consistent dividends. What really stands out is its fantastic stock rank score of 98, reflecting excellent overall quality relative to peers across fundamentals, valuation and dividend metrics, a score that makes it a high conviction choice for my long-term UK dividend growth strategy. And if I continue scrolling down, we can see the analyst consensus is that it's currently a strong buy, with there being 1 buy and 1 strong buy, and their current price target is 27.84% above the current price at $21.33. I'm going to be adding 4 shares to this one, which is going to cost me £48.90. This now leaves me with £90 left to be invested, so the first existing holding I'm going to add to this month is Pets at Home. They are actually down a further 9.14% just over this last month, which means they now have the highest dividend yield in my entire portfolio at 6.74%. And considering they still have a relatively healthy payout ratio at only 53% with a 5-year dividend growth rate at 11.63%, I'm pretty happy to continue adding to my position in this one. It's also good to see over on Stockopedia that their stock rank score has actually gone up by 10 points over the last 30 trading days, and if we scroll down to have a look at the current analyst consensus, it's that it's around about a buy, with there being 3 sells, 2 holds, 2 buys and 3 strong buys, with a current price target 224 pence, which is actually 14.96% above the current price. I'm going to be adding a total of 14 shares to this one, which is going to cost me £27.16. The next stock I'm adding to this month is going to be my Hikma Pharmaceuticals position, stock ticker HIK. Over the past month, they're down a further 4.45%, but the fundamentals are still strong, and this is one I believe are going to have a fantastic recovery throughout 2026. They currently have a payout ratio at just 51.4%, with a fantastic 5-year dividend growth rate at 14.32% and a massive 7-year dividend growth streak. Due to the price drop, they're actually at their highest ever yield, now sitting at 4.19%. They do now have a current stock rank score that's only at 70. As we can see, it has been dipping dipping throughout the last few months, but my hope is that the score is going to recover soon and it'll be back up in the 80 range. Having said this though, the analyst consensus is that it's still between a buy and a strong buy, with there being 2 holds, 6 buys and 4 strong buys, with an overall price target at $31.39, which is around 53% above the current price. And a couple of these stocks I am showing you today, for some reason, do have price targets in dollars on here, so I am going to ask about this, as this really should be showing in pounds. I'm going to be adding 2 shares to my position here, which is going to cost me £30.21. The next stock I'm adding to this month is going to be my Keller position, stock ticker KLR. Over the past month, we can see they've basically been flat, and they do actually have the lowest overall dividend yield in the portfolio at 3.13%. Having said that though, they do have a very healthy payout ratio at only 25%, with a 7.44% 5-year dividend growth rate and a 4-year current dividend growth streak. They do boast a fantastic stock rank score at 92, and the analyst consensus is that it's currently a strong buy, with there being 1 hold, 2 buys and 3 strong buys, with a price target at 1,888 pence, which is 14.72% above the current price. I'm going to be adding just 1 share to this position, which is going to cost me £16.52. And the final stock I'm topping up this month is going to be Segro, stock ticker SGRO. Over the past month, it's another one that's basically flat, being up just slightly at 1.24%, and they are the only real estate company in this portfolio and have a good track record of paying and increasing their dividend payments. They do now have a good stock rank score, which is now at 80, with it increasing 10 points over the last 30 trading days. And we can see the analyst consensus is that it's around about a buy, but there's quite mixed opinions, with there being 1 strong sell, 2 sells, 4 holds, 7 buys and 5 strong buys, with a current price target at 780 pence, which is 9.5% above the current price. And as you can see, we do have £17.11 available now, so this means I can add 2 shares to my Segro position, which is going to cost me £14.42. Now I've added to all of the positions for this month. Let's now take a look at how the portfolio is shaping up over on Snowball Analytics. As you can see, in December, I received my biggest dividend payment to date, which was from my UK ETF, and they paid me £3 on Christmas Eve. Looking ahead, I've got 1 payout in January, which is going to be from Pets at Homes, where I can expect to receive £1.55. What's exciting is that I only opened this account a few months ago, and we can see I'm already on track to make over £60 this year. With the consistent monthly contributions I'm showing you each month, I know that this is only going to keep growing over time. And as we can see, I've got a standout month coming up in May where I can expect to receive over £18. In terms of the portfolio, I feel this is also shaping up really nicely. As we can see, the current portfolio yield is now sitting at 4.57%, and it has a 5-year average dividend growth rate at a massive 11.95%, which shows we're not just investing in high yield dividend stocks, we're investing in stocks that are going to pay us even more in the future. And that will wrap up today's video. If you made it this far, then please let me know what stocks you think I should add next month, and make sure to like either one of the 2 comments. If you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, stay patient and keep investing, because your future self will thank you. For now, this is the Geordie Pig Investor, over and out. Most people think dividends are slow and boring, but last month my portfolio paid me more than I expected, and it changed how I think about income. Click the screen now to see exactly how much I made in dividends and where every single pound came from.